New York City. What's going on? How you doing? Back on the scene. It's 2018. It's been this year's be 7 years that I've been dealing with this misdemeanor situation that sparked in the New York City Parks Department. Now, when I came out of prison in 1997 on parole, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. The one thing that I did know is that I'm tired of going to jail, prison, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to stay focused. I get on welfare, New York City, because at the time I really didn't have no money. When you released out of prison, if you don't have no money saved, they give you a bus pass to get home and $40. I got on welfare. I got my CDL. Like, I've done all the necessary things to stay focused, stay out of trouble, get a job, and keep my PO off my back. I do that. Not knowing that the New York City Parks Department, a place that I have over 18 years of service, that would be so eager to make sure that I go back to jail. Like, I took tests, I passed, I rose in chain of command like a normal person. But it was kind of quick because I was thirsty, I was excited. Here's the problem. I didn't know that haterade was as thick as it was in that agency. Here's the reason why I didn't know. You're making money. This is a place where you can make decent money. You can live a pretty normal life. But most of the folks that work for the New York City Parks Department, they was either on welfare, like myself, or they was either in a bad situation and they rolled over and landed a job with the Parks Department, which is a good thing. And then you have the few that went to college or have a family member that gave them pretty much a cushion position when it's time for them to roll right in. Whereas with me, I had to run around. I didn't get the back door treatment. I had to come through the front door. Rules and regs. Get certificate of relief. I'm no sex perv, no murderer. I go to the interview like normal people. I get this job like a normal person. The hate was thick in that agency, I tell you. And I didn't mind it. I'll be honest with you, I didn't mind it for the simple fact is that I came from prison where there was nothing but bozos every day, 24 hours a day, until I was released out there. So now I'm in society working with bozos, but I'm getting a check. I don't have a problem with that because I'm already programmed as to how to deal with bozos. As time go on, I realized that when you're an individual that stands up for yourself, and you can defend yourself, it's like you're a problem. Especially being alone. See, what I know now, and I wished I knew then, because I would have had me a lawyer from the outside. Just take $20 out of my pay just in case. Because I work in an agency that they do a lot of in-house. That's cool. But when you're doing in-house, to try to formulate a plan, a scheme, a foul topic to put on this individual, that's a problem. Here's the thing. I've complained to upper management. I've complained to DOI, the Department of Investigation. As well, I complained to upper management that I'm having little issues and just wanted them to be addressed. That's it. The person that I was complaining about was tied in with upper management. With that being said, all bets are off now. And the reason why is that because they're setting me up to jam me up. I didn't know that. Give you an example. I get transferred. I get detailed to Riverside, the White House. Right? I get over there. New position. Find out what's going on. Find out what my detail is. You want me to walk from 79th Street to 143rd Street. Sit in the park house. Observe JTPs. And if they come in late, document it. And at the end of the week, or I think at the end of the day, report to the supervisor. I'm an APSW, civil service, heavy equipment operator. I digs deep dealing with that heavy equipment. Sitting in the park, that's a supervisor position. That's for a flunky. That's for either someone that's either in trouble and you're trying to punish that person, or you're just trying to be funny, hoping that I act up in a way where it'll be justifiable for you to say, well, he violated. We either write him up or suspend him, whatever the case may be. Whatever they was trying to do, it didn't work. And the reason for that is I made it clear that on my lunch break that I would go down to the union and find out if this is part of the protocol. Never made it down there because they changed the game. There's a truck there. You drive the truck to pick up the garbage. Oh, okay, no problem. These JTPs that they wanted me to keep track of, they've been coming to work late. They've been leaving the job whenever they want. And nobody did anything. But you want to use me as the flunky to have these people mad at me that I really don't know, and you know their behavior, and you want me to write them up. It's not happening. I pick up garbage. I was under the impression that when I got this job, I was told, here's the rules, read it, understand it, and execute it. Follow the rules. You have a problem in the agency, it's in the book as to who to go see, advocates, EEO, so on and so forth. No problem. It seems like that's a double-edged sword. I'll tell you why. Because when the situation occurred and it had some dealings with me, and I would raise an issue, I'm targeted. I put in for a step up, can't get it. And it all result because you're whining. That's what they call whining. But I just thought you just gave me a book of rules, and if there's a problem, this is what you do. Here's the flip side. You don't do anything. It continues. The behavior. And then when you finally goes to stop it, it's like, now you're getting brand new. You've been letting me do this. So that's my reason. When there was an issue with Vernon Gowdy, I wouldn't let it slide. I would go right to the source. And I believe that was a problem. Here's a guy that came out of prison, did 7 years for whatever, no sex charge, no murder charge, it was drugs and a robbery. Why am I still being nitpicked? And in my interview, I said basically all the right things to get this job. Nobody gave me this job. I said in the interview, David Terhune, Nam Yoon. It's this guy called Homie the Clown. He's a black dude. He got a hairline that's up to here. I don't really remember his name, but he was there too, from downtown. Ellen. Like these were the people that interviewed me for this job in the Parks Department. When folks are looking to crush me, for what? For what? For what? I don't steal on the job. I don't fraternize on the job. Talk to women. Everybody talk to women. I talk to guys. I talk to women. I talk to girls. I talk to everybody, anybody. This is what this job consists of. That's different from fraternizing, rapping, trying to get some. No. We're not going to play that game. Because that's easy for me. That's easy. I don't worry about that. How you doing? Keep it moving. I'm here to do my job. How much garbage I gotta pick up? How much blacktop I gotta lay? Community service I'm dealing with. Like, really? Got time to really be exposing myself? Then you got people that said, that man ain't do that. Y'all know he didn't do that. That's what people said out their mouths. The people that know me. In New York City, 15 years plus 18 in the Parks Department. 18 years. It's more now because I ain't been there in 7 years. And you would think that somebody says, yo, you know what? Like, let me step to the plate and be that person and tell it real. Nah. They put the fear of God in them folks at that job. And it goes to show how much people felt about me because I didn't pay people no mind. That ain't my job. My job ain't to pay people no mind. My job is to do my job. That's my job. When you go to work every day, people, your job and your duty is to execute. It's up to you, and you just being that courteous individual. Hey, good morning. How you doing? If you don't want to say good morning or how you doing or hey or what, you don't have to. That's not within your job specs. And this was a place that, people, friendly. Everybody want to say hello. If you don't say hi, is you got an attitude today. Tomorrow you feel one way. The next day you feel the next day. Hey, I get it. At the end of the day, I come to work. How much garbage I got to pick up? What's my detail? This person need help doing what? And at the end of the day, is there overtime? That's my concern. It's overtime because it's extra money. I like nice things. I buy nice shit. I drive a nice vehicle. Like, this is what you work for, New York. This is what you work for. Let me tell you about this lawyer dude, this Lipton Stewart. I said this dude in my last video, but I can't stress his name enough. I even hate mentioning his name, but I have to mention his name in order for people to get wind of who this dude is. I never asked for him. I go to the union. At the time, it was the fat dude, Mark Rosenthal. I explained to him, I'm like, listen, you got this lawyer guy, Lipton Stewart, never asked for him. He's supposedly be representing me. And he's very secretive. And I have a problem with that. Like, this is what Rosenthal said out of his mouth. Well, we paid X amount of dollars to see if he can help you square away this situation. So I'm puzzled. I'm like, square away? I said, there's nothing to square away. These allegations are totally false. The real reason is because of so-and-so and so. And he raised his voice at me. Something he's never done my whole career of working for the agency and going and dealing with the union. He's never spoke to me in this fashion. And I was kind of odd. Like, I was thrown off a little bit. So my response to him was, you know what? Right now, I'm not going to get nowhere arguing with you. But you best to believe, once I clear this up, we need to have a talk. Because the way you're talking to me right now, it's unacceptable. So he told me to go talk to Tom Testa and this other lady named Cynthia Wilson, this black lady. So, I had asked, I expressed my concerns as to why is this lawyer so secretive? I don't need him. I never asked for him. And to me, it doesn't seem like he really has my best interest. She said, Cynthia Wilson, he's good. I've known him for a while. He has a way on how he do things. You look sleepy. This is no doubt. I am tired. To be honest with you, this person just put in, I look sleepy. I am. But for 7 years, I've been dealing with this situation. No, I haven't been online for 7 years. But my sleep pattern is messed up. Let me tell you something, New York. And I'm only saying this is because I experienced it. And I know the feeling and how it made me feel as a human being, as a black man, as a father, as a human being. I don't sleep. You know why I don't sleep, New York? Because I'm innocent. Because I'm 1,010% innocent. And Yo, it's like a boxer throwing a jab. It frustrates me to know that people know what's going on, man. And they like blind, deaf, and dumb. This is the real. Because let me tell you something. When everything was going on with this woman in the agency, you had people like Dilcy Ben, that president lady, which still puzzles me to this day. Because this is a woman that met me on Old Broadway in August 2011, gave me $100. I cried on this woman's shoulder explaining that, yo, your member, you really need to talk to her. Because I really thought that she was a sane human being. This is a woman that asked me questions about prison because she was getting ready. The complainant, New York, the complainant, asking me questions about prison because she know that I've been to prison. How did they find out? I don't know how these people be finding out stuff like that. But supposedly when you get this job, conflict of interest, whatever, that's neither here nor there, man, because she knew, and she was going to get her son locked up, New York. And I said, you know, you feeding him to the enemy. She wanted to get him locked up because she started smoking weed with this kid, with her son. And it came to the point where she had a little baby that he babysit, and when she come from work, the house be reefed up, smelling like marijuana. Not a good thing. ACS, you already know what time it is with that. Once they get on board. Okay. I console her. I give her the breakdown. I even explain as to why that's a bad move for her to do. Then it got to the point where the chick was on some suicidal stuff. She tried to almost kill herself, run in front of the 86 bus on the by 86th Street shops. The 86 bus runs through there. She almost walked in front of the bus. A young lady by the name of Molly grabbed her up. This is a young lady that got B. These are people that is like me and you. They got issues. Got issues, man. You understand? One day I will get my sleep back. You understand? I appreciate that. Whoever, said that in regards that I look sleepy. Trust me, I am tired. You ain't never lied. I am tired. I'm tired of dealing with this shit. Like right now I be at work. I was out there. I wasn't a regular dude that go to work. That just regular go to work, bag and stab, pick up papers. I'm an operator, man. Container, dump trucks, front end loaders, backhoe, rack trucks, like, come on, bobcats, flatbeds. I'm towing vehicles. Like, it's not a game when I go to work, man. I'm pushing an FX45 Infinity at that time. Like, come on, New York. It's not a game. I was not playing no goddamn games. Okay? Groping, exposed, pulling on them. Like, are you serious? It'd be dark in Harlem. I pulled my shit out. Like, you crazy? I ain't no Superman, but trust me. Wake up, America. It's nighttime. I pulled it out. What it looked like. I told this lawyer, like, yo, really get at her. Tell her to give you the description of what I'm working with, being that I pulled it out in her face. But this lawyer had a plan. Lipton Stewart, he had a plan to help the agency and act like he helping me. To act like he was helping me. But in reality, his dedication was to the agency, to make the union look good, to make the agency look good, to make my ex-convict ass look like he's still a criminal. He's still getting in trouble. He's an asshole. He's not worthy of working for the Parks Department. Like, you serious? Feeling my pain. It's understand my glory. To feel my pain, understand my glory. People can't feel my pain. You can't understand this. You don't know what it's like to go to sleep, crying in your sleep, and you don't even know that you're crying. But your body, your mind is so depressed, and your body is shut down. America, you can't fake innocence. You can't fake that. You cannot fake that. You can't fake. You can act like you faking it, but you can't fake. You can't fake innocence, man. See, when you guilty of some shit, you go to sleep. You don't lose sleep. You ain't really stressed out. In the beginning, yeah, you might be a little bummed out because of what took place. But after a while, moving right along. 7 years later, I'm dealing with this shit like if it just happened yesterday. That's how hot I've been. I've been hot for 7 years, America. Hot. I understand why people kill. I understand that shit. Is it right? Nah, it's not right. But I understand. I understand when now senseless killing. I don't understand that. I don't understand killing, period. As a whole, I don't. But I understand when you do foul shit to people and you get the backlash by any way it comes. Hey, man, it is what it is, man. I wish bad on nobody. Because before this situation, I was minding my business. Police came on my job and asked me questions about some bull crap. And like I told them slimes, what are you talking about? Like, we need to talk to you. The agency ain't like, yo, like, listen, man, like, go to the police. This was all with the agency, with the little shigamaddig. Listen, New York City, there ain't a city job. There's no city job that you could just work there and they ain't got rules and regs. There ain't none. They all have code of conduct. New York, they have it. Let me tell you something. When these allegations first came out, I'm going to be honest with you. I laughed. I thought it was a joke. Because Freddie Cavalli is a jokester. He's a bozo. That's what he do. Every day he comes to work, he steals, and fucks with people. That makes his day. He's like a baby Trump. He get off on people's miseries, like he's one of those type of dudes. Let me tell you something. I ain't mad at him. Surprised? Not surprised. Not even surprised. What I'm surprised of is that it happened to me. I'm not even mad at the complaining. Truthfully, I feel sorry for her. Because the way I'm fighting and the way I'm going, yeah, it's been 7 years. See, things like this that happens when you a pro se litigant, it always have that look like nothing is going to happen. So you think you got away. Here's a trick. When you fight for wrongdoings that happen, I'll tell you a little secret. The truth comes out because it's a lie. It doesn't have facts. Let me explain something. Online, all that paperwork that I put out there, I want somebody to prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I foiled every paperwork that I got. I got paperwork that I foiled, FOIL. I have a copy of my file from that Lipton Stewart guy. And I just been doing little scattering around in the agency and was able to retrieve certain documents, stamps, labelings. People said that I falsified paperwork. How can I do that? A city document. I'm trying to stay out of jail. You know how much time you can get for doing that? What I wonder is when the complainant made this complaint about me, did she read the fine print? They have a little writing. You know, like when you get a credit card, you got that little fine black print that they don't want you not to read because it's the APR rates is high. It's a little fine print at the bottom of a police report. It says perjury. If it's found out that you perjured yourself, you could do up to, I think, 7 years. I know that's not going to happen. But let me tell you something, New York, what's going to happen. We all God by nature. And if I don't believe nothing else of 50 years of being on this planet, I believe in 360 degrees. Because that's the cipher. The world revolves 360 degrees. Not unfunctional, but functional. 360 degrees. Math don't lie. People do. And when you lie and you get caught, there's a penalty. What penalty is that? I don't know. Jail. I didn't know you just go to jail. I could tell a lie on a person and a person could just go to jail. I remember a person did something to me years ago. That thought never came to mind. To make up a lie. I didn't know it was easy to do that. Like, you could just do that and get a person locked up. You just got a few people behind you to back up the lies. Like, you good. What you need to do, America, is hope the person that you're lying on is not that bright or don't have common sense. Because if he or she does, it's a problem. It's a problem. Like my situation, it's a problem. It's been 7 years. You know why it's been 7 years? Because I'm not a lawyer. And I'm not a lawyer, but I knew enough to know that I have to fight to stay in the court system to keep this thing rolling. Yeah, I have an appellate lawyer. Choose not to mention her name, but that's it. Like, for the last 2 years, 3 years, I've been dealing with her, you know. It's been an uphill fight. Now, me by myself, New York City, I'm no lawyer. I don't know nothing about law at all. But what I can tell you, I went to school. I can read. I can write. And I do have common sense. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to slay nobody. I'm not trying to jam nobody up. Check this out. They did it to themselves. I didn't do nothing to nobody. At all. Listen, y'all claim that I exposed myself. Y'all claim that I exposed myself to this woman. This was the chanting. It was going around heavy in the agency. He's a predator. Gotta get rid of him. Did you know he's a convict? Okay. You got me for a sex predator allegation. Why did whoever, Parks, complainant, lawyer, Freddie Cavalli, the media, whoever, You got my name tied up with a murder. Let's talk about that. That I was arrested for murder despite a DNA match of semen. You hear that, America? Do you hear that? I was arrested for murder. Let's think about that. I was arrested for a murder of a dead lady despite a DNA match? New York, I need y'all to put on your smart caps. Your smart caps, your Kufi smart, your hard hat, your smart helmets. Put on some smart shit. Let's get smart right now. I, Vernon E. Gowdy, was arrested for a murder despite a DNA match. I'm not asking for murderers to step up to the plate. I'm just asking for people with common sense that know a little something about the law. Talk to me. That shit don't make no sense. Now, in the agency, which is the New York City Parks and Recreation Advocates, got a lady by the name of Pia Rivera. I don't know her. Seen her one time. The one thing I do know, she's a compulsive liar. She believes her lies for real. Listen. A woman by the name of Karen Chin. I never trust the advocates, never dealt with them other than, I always say, those are the police of the Parks Department with no guns. I ain't talking about PEP, I'm talking about the advocates. You got people like, you got Karen Chin, Pia Rivera, a lady by the name of Miss Hennessy. I don't know if she's still there, but these were the people there that was there at the time. Karen, in 2014, I think that was around the same time that she lost her position, because she's a gossiper. She tells people's business. But I tell you something, I wished I would have listened to her in 2011 when she told me to get rid of that lawyer. She knew something about Lipton Stewart that I didn't know. And that's the one and only time that I wish I had listened to her. But that's neither here nor there. She made it clear to me that not only do I need to get rid of this lawyer, but I need to get outside counsel. Why did she tell me that? I don't know. I know now. I put it together now. I mean, I wouldn't know direct because I didn't speak to know exactly why. But the way she said it and how things panned out, I understand why now. She knew that this dude was bad blood all along. This is a city agency. They pick and choose who they want to get rid of. We don't like. Get rid of him. Yeah. Oh, he writes complaints. He writes complaints about people. Okay, that's what you're supposed to do. If you're doing the right thing, then you shouldn't worry about a complaint. You shouldn't worry about being targeted. You shouldn't be worried about being written up on anything if you're doing what you're supposed to do, right? I mean, that's the normal functioning way of things. But if you're always secretive and always want to know, yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is an agency that you have access to gas. The gas is cheap. It's cheap gas. If the parks haven't realized that, something wrong with them. Vehicles always breaking down. The gas is cheap. It's garbage gas. But a particular supervisor, Freddie can steal gas. Like, this was a dude that no one on Parks property can drive their personal vehicle on city property. But he can. And no one says anything. Because he's cool with Nam Yoon. Now, his boss is Deputy Chief William Gilbert. Disrespects him. Don't acknowledge him. Made it clear to me, I don't take orders from a drug addict. I was shocked when he said that. I was like, what? I called and I spoke to William Gilbert. I told him, this is what this man said about you. Like, that's really not my concern because I respect you as your deputy chief. What you do on your off time, that's your business. I really didn't want to hear that, but good to know. You know what I mean? Good to know. Like, goddamn, shucks. And this dude lived right across the street from me. At the time, when all this was going on, I sent this man a stack of paperwork explaining from A to Z what happened. No one. No, listen. When you're thorough, it doesn't matter. Right is right. Okay? I look like a killer? But I know I look like that dude that ain't tolerating that bullshit. I know I look like that dude. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. My job is not to come to work to be, hey, hi, how's everything? I'm not in good spirit every day. I'm not happy every day. Those people that are happy, they got cushion jobs. Come to work when they want, go home when they want. Nothing happened to them. Let me do that. Watch what happened to me. I'm either out of a job or I got some answering to do to the white people downtown. So that's not me anyway. Like, I love coming to work. I love getting people out of from being stuck in the snow, pulling them out. I love that shit. I love doing overtime. I love going to the dump. I love picking up garbage. I love driving heavy equipment. Man, I love my job. In my daughter's eyes, I was her superhero. Now, she's 17. I'm a piece of shit to her. She don't call me. She don't acknowledge her father because her mom's put that negative bug in her ear. Your father's a sick dude. He got issues. Really? Yo, New York City. The defamation just don't stop. But keep in mind where it came from. And let me tell you something. If you was to go to a high official right now, as we speak, and say, got a question for you. The situation with Vernon Gowdy, are you familiar? Well, yeah. He violated, yeah. As you know, there was a conviction, misdemeanor. Really? Tell him what really happened. We set him up, jammed him up, got him out because we ain't like him like that. And he was about to bring a supervisor down for wrongdoings. Because the complaint, listen, the agency didn't want me to talk, New York. They knew I knew. They knew I knew. Nam Yoon know I know. Freddie Cavalli know I know. He know I know him. I know his wrongdoings, man. I got the chance to see it early on. Listen, man, there's a guy by the name of Angelo Figueroa. The Boom Boom Room. Listen up, New York. He pays rent to Freddie Cavalli. Y'all didn't know that. He pays rent to Freddie Cavalli. How do I know that, New York? Check this out. I take an unmarked vehicle when I get to to 86th Street Shop, my first month there. I got a brand new van full of bench slats, picnic table slats to build a picnic table. Brand new wood, full from the bottom, from the back of the van to the front of the van. Full. I'm on Parks property. I have a Parks vehicle. So what am I doing? I'm taking this vehicle to unload it to another Parks property, right? That's what I thought. I follow Angelo to Queens. Mm-hmm. We get to the destination. And there's a big burial right across the street from where he was living at. We taking the wood, putting it in the backyard of a house. The house that Angelo living next to a White House. The White House is a doctor's office. Freddie owns that house. You with me? Freddie owns that house. In the nighttime, Freddie's a landlord. In the daytime, he's a supervisor. That's one of his jobs. On his other job, he's Superman in the daytime, and he's Lois Lane at nighttime. You figure that out, New York. Okay? Now, owns his own business on city hours. Operating the same time as... Now, how can he be two places at one time? Personal vehicle, drive it on Parks property. Can't be kept track of. It's starting to come to me. You order large bolts of copper nipples for plumbing. Mysteriously, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 worth of stuff is just mysteriously disappeared. Mysteriously, it just disappeared. This is what I dealt with at 86th Street Shop. People know at 86 what goes on. People knew what time it was with Freddie. Everybody, mostly at 86th Street Shop, they had a gripe. They had a secret indictment on this man. From the plumbers on down. Because he's a shrewd dude. Listen, the man is a thief. Like, he's sick. And people knew that. But if you let Nam tell it, he was a good employee. Man, he was in cahoots with you, man, sir. He answered to you. He answered to you. That's why when I submitted that report, that complaint on Freddie, all of a sudden I'm a sex perv. Check that out. I submitted a complaint 2 weeks before these allegations. All of a sudden I exposed myself. This chick is lying for this dude, not knowing that you was messing with this dude. You was in cahoots with this guy, doing your little He paid your rent. Can I prove that? Sort of, kind of, yeah. You put the pressure on the right people, yeah, they'll come clean. Facts. Facts. Pay her rent. Check this out, New York. She was pregnant. She took a whole year off. She ain't have no time. So if you ain't have no time, there should be a whole... I'm not going to say 12 months, but there should be at least a good 10 months of you not getting a check. Girl was getting paychecks. You tell me, how's that? And you ain't got no time. Now, I'm at 86th Street Shop when Marley, young lady walking around asking people to give her time so she can take off. So she just took off. And mysteriously, you still getting paychecks. Able to pay your rent. Freddie Cavalli be looking out for you. Wow. I mean, I wouldn't want that hookup because a favor is always a favor. Favor for a favor. Now, I don't want that type of hookup. Come in when you want. Don't come to work. You still get paid. Punching people in. Like, agency never sat back to look at that. And then you got people at hand. We go to EEO, y'all disrespect the man because he told the truth. He wanted to tell the truth as to what was going on, and certain people in upper management got wind of what this man was going to say. We don't need them. We don't want nobody that's going to speak on behalf of Vernon Gowdy. Look, man, when I went to trial, New York, Lipton Stewart did the same thing. You have any witnesses you want to bring out? I said, yes. I said, I got 10. I only need 3. Who's the 3? The EEO director and the 2 investigators. Because remember, this lady said that the agency did nothing. We want to know, I want these 2 people here. Was there an investigation? Yes. What was the findings? No probable cause. So why is this man, why am I dealing in court? How is there no probable cause in the agency? New York, y'all all know on city agency, that word, no probable cause, meaning that whatever the allegations that was made, there was no findings to sustain what the allegations that was at hand. We didn't see that. We didn't find that. I was told, you exonerated, Mr. Gowdy. I'm like, yeah, I know, because I ain't do shit. So, but what's going to happen to this woman for lying? Because see, her main objective, she wanted to get back to Brooklyn to watch her son, and because her son had people in the house smoking marijuana. Like, it was a bunch of stuff going on. And when I got there, this woman was trying to get to Brooklyn. So her target has been Brooklyn for a while that I was there. I was there for 3 years. 1 year or like a year and a half, she was off of work. For the simple fact, this woman was dealing with having a baby. She was pregnant. It's 3-something in the morning. And I'm doing a video because it's a little difficult for me to sleep at night. My daytime is nighttime. My nighttime is daytime. Like, I got to get back on track with my sleeping. I got a little sick. Nothing major. But all this come from the stress, man. Aggravated. You can imagine going to sleep just thinking about the wrong that's been done to you and how much your shit is irking your brain. Gardner. That's how she died. Justice, man. Wanting justice for her dad. Okay? Justice for her dad. I watched, New Yorkers, y'all watched on national TV. Police kill that man. I breathe easy. Try to keep my mind focused on positive shit. I don't stress my daughter. Because see, that within itself is enough to make my shit go fucking off beat, man. Your daughter don't talk to you? I don't know what she thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been told that, she said that, well, Dad, I don't believe that, this, that, and the other. But action speaks louder than words, America. Action speaks louder than words. You don't expect your child to just turn their back on you, but you know what? She's with her mom. She got to do what her mother say. You understand? And I don't fault her. I'm not even mad at her. I was a little uneasy about the situation, but I understand. It's a kid. It's a child. You know what I mean? And she love her father as much as she don't want to believe it. She has to go with what her mom say because she lives with her mother. You have to do what your parents say, and that's the right thing to do. So with me, that's why I fight so hard. That's why I'm so passionate about clearing my name, not just for me, but for all the youngins that's coming up, the millennials that's coming up, because y'all gonna have to get jobs. Your parents ain't gonna be taking care of y'all for the rest of your life. You're gonna be out on your own, and it's real out here. Okay, it's real in these streets, man. It's real in New York. It's real in the country as a whole. Things happen. Today you're here, tomorrow you gone. You minding your business, doing the right thing. Like me, I'm minding my freaking business, man. The question asked me the other day, hey Gowdy, You think that chick had a thing for you? On the low? Yeah, of course. She's nasty. See, look, a scavenger, they go for anything. Scavengers take anything. I'm not a scavenger. You know what I mean? I don't eat pork. I don't even like the smell of duck and pork. And that's what that chick smells like. Like, no disrespect to her, but like, come on, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, You come to work, supposed to be fresh and smelling fresh. Fresh, smelling good. Smelling clean. Smell like you took a bath. Like you washed your ass. Not smelling dusty. Smelling like a bucket of joint compound. Like, come on, man. That's not cool. All I ask, if there's someone listening that got a good head on their shoulder and got a strategic plan, because you're not dealing with a dummy, I would like to hear from that person. You know, there's lawyers out here. That's why I had to fight myself. Because lawyers, they talk that talk, but they not walking the walk, man. There's only a few. And these cats want money. And the ones that don't want money, they want your case to be easy. You understand? They got this thing like already like in a chokehold lock. And for listeners, all the listeners, like the folks that has been supporting me, dealing with this situation, like, listen, man, really take heed to what's going on. Really understand what has happened. Understand the trickery. You work for the Parks Department, people, man, you check that shit. That's why they couldn't tolerate me, man, because they know, like, this right here, I ain't playing. They know I'm not playing. You understand? I'm not telling you what you want to hear. I'm telling you what you need to know. The facts, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not barking up my tree. You're not going to tell me, hey, Gally, climb up on that building and take the doodle off the roof. There's rules and regs, man. You looking for a herb. And with a lot of these jobs, even with the men, with these women, cats got to breathe easy, man. Folks is losing their shit. You got folks that are actually, the folks that are actually sick. The ones that are actually got this vendetta mentality like, yo, it can't happen to you because you was Jimmy Gent. Listen, let me tell you something. You can't go around touching women. You can't go around feeling up on. I don't even like women touching on me, man. I don't like that. You can talk to me. You ain't got to use your hands and all that and all that. You know how I used to do that with the OGs? Like the old women that knew me from 61st. I ain't see them in a long time. Hey, Gowdy, what's going on? Absolutely. I showed them love. Give them a little kiss on the cheek. Give them a little hug. You being good, Gowdy? You staying out of trouble? No doubt. But these young little scavengers, these mud kickers, come on, man. Get in line, man. At ease, man, for real. Okay? Cat ain't thirsty like that, man. A lot of the women that didn't step up to the plate, that knew what happened, the reason why they ain't step up because they was mad. They was bitter because I ain't run up in them. I ain't run up in them. I ain't thirsty like that. People that knew me knew that I was into the Spanish women, Dominicans. They knew that was my thing. And I ain't have a fleet. That's what dudes hated about me. Oh, man, worry about yourself. Because at the end of the day, I'm focused on me. Like, I don't care what you do. You can suck the doo-doo off that woman's shoes. That's your business, man. That's your business. What I eat don't fill you up. It fills me up. That's why I keep the focus on me. When this situation took place, I was surprised. I'm like, what? Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man, with that bullshit. I went to jail. I was like, wait a minute. Like, you serious, man? As soon as I got out of jail, I started putting the paper to the pen. I'm talking to people like, yo, straighten this out. Oh, we're going to get you a lawyer and you get a... That was the trick. That was the trick. Get this lawyer to shut this dude up and let the lawyer talk for him. Because if Gowdy talk, Gowdy's going to say all the right shit that's going to harm a folk or folks. Okay? Guess what? Don't do wrong. That's what y'all tell me. Supervisor just giving me a talk about fraternizing, touching, and kissing. Just gave a talk. 5 minutes later, he's tonguing the JTP down. Like, unfucking believable. If I see any employees fraternizing, that's a write-up. Okay, I get that. You behind a park house, tongue kissing, a JTP, hands all in the crack of her ass and all that. Like, is that the guy that told? Wait, he told us to do what he said. Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I ain't never kissed no woman on parks where people see me slop. Like, what? What is you, crazy? What I don't understand is how folks in position is not listening and saying, wait a minute, that don't sound right. But then I thought about it. And I says, oh, okay, I see why it's like that. Because the people that you think that's going to, they in on it. They not showing it, but they in on it. They want you out. And they saying, oh, he's problematic. He was arrested for a murder. And it was a DNA. I don't know how he got away with it, but nobody get arrested for a murder and get let out on jail. Nobody. That don't happen. This is the wrong day and time. I don't even know how y'all try to blow that steam up my ass like that and let that work like that, man. For real. All the shit I did in my life in time. This is what y'all do. This is what y'all do to get a folk jammed up. But let me tell you something. I've always said this, and people say, "Well, what are you trying to be like? You trying to be funny?" It's real. It's only been 7 years. Somebody, that someone, just like the lawyer came to my aid, somebody's gonna pop up, bing, out of nowhere, and lay the pit bull game, rock waller game down. And that's what I need. That's what I want. Because if I don't do nothing, or if I don't say nothing about it, one, I have to wear that charge. That's one. And two, it'll keep happening. Because it's happened before. I seen people get jammed up. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. I just never got involved. People never reached out to me. I've seen and was like, damn, that's messed up. I hope that person attacks the situation. 9 out of 10 times they don't. And they don't because they don't have the proper resource. People are afraid. People are scared. When they hear New York City, like, Nobody want to fight New York City. Look what I've been through. Look what I'm going through. I'm just a renegade with this shit. Because I've been to prison. See, I've been to prison for doing wrong. Like, if I ain't never been to jail, I would have probably said, well, fuck it, man. I'll deal with this shit. Fuck it. It's the only thing on my record. It's not a big deal. Got my job, this, that, and the other, whatever. I probably would have went then to deal with this shit. But the fact that I've been to prison for doing wrong, I've copped out. Yeah, I did that, whatever. And to get jammed up on a lie? I'm not taking this. Listen, New York, they even went as far as gotten in my file that I had a dirty urine of cocaine. Cocaine. If that's not true, why you got that in my file, man? Why is that in my file? If it's a mistake, why is that in my fucking file? Why do you got that I threatened a manager in Riverside, Krista Kamadi? Why? Y'all know Parks people. Y'all know she's a top-notch cokehead, a sniffer. Y'all know. Y'all ain't you ain't gotta hear it from me. Y'all know what she does. Y'all know that lady's a drug addict to the 10th power. You gonna lie on me? I made the complaint about that woman. Let me tell you a little story, New York. I made the complaint about this woman way back when, like in 2007. The bathroom at 79th Street Boat Basin is unisex. It's one of those bathrooms. Is anybody in there? A man to go. Is anybody in there? A female to go. This particular day, she was in there. I didn't know that. A JTP came to me by the name of Cookie. They called her, Ducky at that time. She came to me with a pair of glasses and aluminum foil. I was like, well, what's that? Hey, Gowdy, what's going on, Ducky? How you doing? She said, look what I found in the last stall in the bathroom. I'm like, those glasses? I said, oh, that's Krista's glasses. She was like, yeah, I know. She said, but I also found this too. When she opened up the aluminum foil, it was full of coke. I never tasted it, never tried it. I asked her, how do you know that that's coke? She says, I tasted it. It froze. I said, damn, that's a lot of coke. I said, listen, this is what I'm going to do. When I call her name, I want you to stand next to her. When I call her name, I want you to give that to her while I call her name. So when I called, she was like, what, Gowdy? And the girl, Ducky, was giving her the cocaine in her glass, and she took it. And all I did, I went just like that. I was like, oh, I said, okay. I go to get my paycheck. I get paid for 1 week. I asked her, my time card from the last week was still in the box. Why is it still there? Why I didn't get paid like everybody else? She told me to get out of her effing face. She's giving out effing time cards. And do you want to like get a write-up? Or it was some nonsense. I'm like, wait, listen. At the end of the day, I need my money. I got bills to pay. I called EEO. I made a complaint. Don't you know that advocates got in my file that this woman made a complaint on me, like I threatened her? Listen, New York, I made a complaint, a rightful complaint about this woman, Krista Kamadi. It's documented. She came to the meeting, to the EEO, with me. We didn't go together. She was there. Me, her, the EEO director, and one of his females employee. This woman lied and said that my time card was filled. I had a copy. I took a picture. I had a copy of my time card. It was not filled out. She started crying. She asked me to forgive her. to accept her apology, I said absolutely not. I'm not accepting her apology because she meant to do me harm, and it didn't work. With that being said, they tried to target me, write me up, get me jammed up. I had to go to DOI. I made a complaint, cocaine situation that I initially made out, and I got moved to 86th Street Shops, thinking that life would be a lot more smoother. Nah, that was just the beginning. I get there, I'm doing well, I'm working, overtime is good. All of a sudden, these favors, can you do this? There's a young lady by the name of Therese that was married at the time, was a manager, Freddie Cavalli. He was banging her, she was married. This guy would ask me 8, 9 o'clock at night, get 898, which is a dump truck, meet her at a location, and give her CDL training. I did it twice. I did it. A guy by the name of Gregory Martin did it. And I didn't feel comfortable doing it. I'm not going to lie, New York, because she had a dress on. She had no undies on under it. Like everything was exposed, so to speak. And I found that kind of uneasy. But I continued. We did what we had to do with the inspection, her driving. And I think she got her CDL from my understanding. But just to give you an insight, this is a supervisor. And I'm just giving you a small insight on reckless behavior of this man. And he's pointing the finger because he was a supervisor to paint a picture to make me look like the bad guy. Or you're the one that have an arrest record. That's what he says. He says, "God, you got an extensive arrest record." I says, "No, I don't. My arrest record is like 20 years old." And I didn't understand. I didn't really pay no attention to it. But he was plotting then, New York. He was going into my business. He was going into my background, checking into little odds and ends. And I guess that was when he was trying to formulate what has happened to me at that time. I spoke to upper officials. Nobody wanted to hear me. Talk to your lawyer. That's all they were saying. You'll talk to your lawyer. You know, and I believe more so now is because I've been in the agency for 18 years. I've had one-on-one meetings with the chief. He know that I can speak for myself. I can defend myself. Wrongdoings happen. Get at me for doing wrong. But if I'm not doing no wrong, you don't lie on nobody, man. That's not good, especially when the individual is fighting to clear his name. You should be worried, okay? Because at the end of the day, the people that you helped get me jammed up, where are they? Where are they now? What did you get out the deal? A transfer to Brooklyn? They didn't give you a APSW position or a PS position? Because you're supposed to be sitting high. You got me fired, lady. You got to take a test like everybody else. Okay? So all which, was it really worth it? You can't get $1 from that white man now. Then you turned around and you wanted to sue the same guy that was paying your rent. You want to sue the guy, Freddie. First he was on your side helping you get on the stand and say A, B, and C. Then the next year you suing him. I find that kind of strange. What did he do? Oh, the deal didn't work? The deal didn't work. Whatever scheme or whatever agreement he made with you then, come to find out, he tell you, go fuck yourself. You should know that's how he get down. The damage has already been done. I mean, you could save yourself. You can. I can't tell you how, but you can save yourself. I'm not going to do it. I'm saving myself. I've been 7 years dealing with this, man. 7 years. A lawyer told me 7 years ago, who's going to believe you, Gowdy? I was like, oh, shit. I can't knock this dude's head off and get away with it right now. But you know what? I'm going to take that. I'm like, you know what? You said a mouthful, Stuart. Man never came to Rikers Island to visit me the whole 2.5 months that I was there. Never came to visit me. Never talked to me about the appeal, because that was my main thing. You know, you got 30 days on the appeal. He did the appeal wishy-washy. It was denied. Like, told me that he can't do nothing for me no more. Of course you can. Your job is done. You put me in jail. You put me in jail. You helped the district attorney put me in jail. Yes, you did. I know you did, because that's what happened. You had proof. You had exculpatory proof that I did not do what that woman said. You know that, white guy, Jewish man, sickly dude. I'm wondering, how's your health, sir? Because God don't like that. He know what you did. He seen what you did. You got away because you a lawyer. You got away because my back was up against the wall. You got away because I trust that you knew, and you made it clear to me that you knew what you was doing. You made it clear to me